guys, so today I'm doing a video that has been long requested since I've started making YouTube videos again, and that is why and how I closed my stretched ears. If you're a subscriber of mine, or if you've seen my face before, it's probably been because of my ear stretching video. It almost has 10 million views, which is insane to me. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, it was a video of me stretching my ears, and now I've closed them, which is kind of sad because that's what I'm known for, and now I don't have that anymore. So today I just wanted to talk about why I chose to do this and how, because some people didn't even know you could close your ears. And so yeah, I'm just going to talk a little bit about it today since so many of you have been wondering about it. I guess to preface, I had been thinking about closing my ears for a while. I didn't necessarily want to. It was kind of a weird thing of I loved my stretch ears and I still miss them to this day. I thought they looked really good and I liked the silicone eyelets I had in them, or the tunnels, and yeah, I kind of miss them. They're kind of like a little part of my style. I don't know if this is necessarily true, but something that I had just come up with in my mind was that the longer I keep my ears stretched, the harder it is for them to shrink back, which kind of makes sense because when you first stretch your ears, they want to close right away. So if you leave out, I mean, it's even if you think about it, when you get a new piercing, if you take it out, your ears are going to want to heal right away. It's a little different because it's not like an open wound. You're taking a hole you already have and stretching it. But I thought about the same way, that the longer I had my ears stretched, the harder it was going to be down the road to shrink them back up without having to do the surgery. And just to let you know, I didn't do the surgery on them. So there's a part of me that really liked my stretched ears, well, and there's a part of me that still does, but the other part of me was trying to be more practical and thinking about my future. Now that I'm in college, I want to be more professional. I'm going to slowly move into the workforce, that I want to be presentable, and stretched ears, unfortunately, are not something that people still like. Even visible tattoos are still controversial, even though, I mean, tattoos are everywhere now. Or the sooner I close them, just the better results I will get. So that's why I decided to. I did it at the same time that I shaved my head, just because when I had my head shaved, my ear was always visible because I had no hair to cover it. And so I didn't want to take them out and just have like kind of big ear piercing holes that were kind of like unsightly. So I waited till I parted my hair where you couldn't tell, or I guess it just covered both my ears, so that way you wouldn't be able to just like look at the piercings. So that was the timing. It was kind of sad because I looked way different. Like, I went from a shaved head and gauges or stretched ears to a normal human being, which is kind of sad, but that's okay. Okay, so I finally found it. It was on my computer because I started editing this video. That was over a year ago. But in mid-October is when I decided to close my ears. So around my birthday, which is a weird birthday gift to me, of closing something that I actually liked a lot. Sad. So I will show you the videos that I took in a second, but first I'm just going to describe kind of the process, even though it's not really much of a process at all. I wanted bigger gauges or plugs and tunnel stretched ears, but I went up to a 2 gauge, which isn't that big. Maybe it's as big as like this like camera circle thing on my phone. I would say that's a rough estimate. I wanted to go bigger, and my friend Hannah that's in the video of my ear stretching video, she I think is at a 0 gauge right now, and I wanted to go bigger. I didn't because I knew I eventually wanted to close them, which is sad, but I think future me will appreciate that I won't have to get surgery. In case you didn't know, if you go past a certain point, your ears just won't shrink back up all the way to normal. And even now my holes are a little bigger. I feel weird calling them my holes, it sounds dirty, but I'm talking about these little holes. I don't know what else to call them. If you go past a certain point, it's not irreversible, because there is a surgery you can get that they will actually sew your ears back together, and they recommend not stretching again because scar tissue and stuff, but some people still do, I guess, and you can still keep your ears pierced with those if you want. And part of me just wanted to say, F it, I want to stretch however big I want to and just get the surgery, but the surgery is expensive, so I never went bigger than a 2 gauge, and I knew that going in with stretching my ears. I researched a lot, and I learned that your ears are pretty elastic and they want to go back to normal. So people said 2 to 0 gauge is the point of no return, or past that. So I could have even gone up to a 0 gauge and still potentially been fine, but I was like, I don't want to risk it. I'm going to stick with a 2 gauge just because, again, I want my ears to go back to normal for future Ericka, not present Ericka. I'm very thoughtful of my future self, apparently. So yeah, I mean, people comment on my ear stretching video of like, these aren't even that big and all this stuff, but I knew that going in, that I didn't want it to be too big. Just to let you know, you can get surgeries to bring them back to normal, but I wanted to do it the au natural way. So one day I just decided to take out my plugs. If you have stretched ears, you know that if you fall asleep and maybe one falls out, you wake up the next day, it is a little bit smaller. Not significantly, but maybe it's a little harder to put the plug back in, and things like that. So it didn't take too long. I'd say I'll just helpfully guess 2 weeks until my ears were pretty good. Pretty good as in they looked normal, but I'll show you in the video that I took. In fact, I'll just show you the videos right now. So today is October 17th and it is a Tuesday, and on Friday I took out my tunnels or gauges or whatever you want to call them, plugs. And I'm also currently growing out my side shave, so I'm doing 2 things at once right now. Also, I just woke up like 20 minutes ago, so I'm still very tired. I decided to quick give an update on what my ears look like. This one is bigger, and it hurt last night when I was sleeping on it, which is interesting. I don't understand why. It's like sore. It also has like dry skin around it, so I need to clean it and scrub it. But this is what it looks like. It definitely has, like, the hole's gotten some, like, closed, but it's still a pretty big thing. Like, it looks like I had my ear stretched. This one, on the other hand, is doing pretty well. It doesn't have dry skin around it. It doesn't hurt. I feel like it's closing at a faster rate, which is good. At least one of them is. I was able to fit a Q-tip in my ear before, so I just want to see if I can now. Yeah, so it still fits through even the small one, but it is resisting a lot. So that's a good sign. This one, I have a feeling will go in fine. Yeah. So this one is definitely bigger because this goes in and out easily. This one was difficult. So that's good. That's a sign that they're closing. I'm not going to do that too much just because I don't want to stretch them. But yeah, I'm not worried about my ears shrinking back just because even though I did have them for over 3 years, I would say, they were only at a 2 gauge. That's the update or the start. I don't know. That's what's happening right now. So yeah, that was kind of my process. You kind of got to see what my ears looked like freshly, me taking them out. And in just a couple of days, the holes did shrink back to normal, but it took a little bit, and I'd say it's a gradual change, but definitely within the first 2 weeks, it's like the most dramatic, like, oh dang, they're definitely smaller. I knew when closing them up, once it got to a point where I was comfortable that the hole was, you know, I didn't need to let them breathe, I wanted to wear earrings just to distract from the oversized holes in my ears. So I decided to go with a hoop because they don't have a back. Because if you have an earring with a back and your ear holes are a little bigger, it could slip out, and then what's the point of an earring if it's gonna fall out all the time? I guess you could wear hoops or dangly earrings, but I'm not that kind of gal. And I like jewelry that I can just keep on indefinitely. Hence all the jewelry I wear all the time, like these bracelets I never take off, and they stink real bad. So what I did is, so I've been playing with my earlobes and now they're all red and my skin's so sensitive. But I have 2 hoops in actually, just because I liked the look of that. The lady said I could have even fit 3 in the ear hole, but each hoop costed money. I think it was like either $50 or $100 for all 4 of these. So I was like, I'm gonna not do a 3rd one. I like the idea, but my wallet doesn't. So yeah, I just put in these hoops, or I guess the lady did. I went to a piercing shop to do it. So yeah, it just made sense to wear earrings like this, and I had them pretty close to my earlobe, like they're hugging my earlobe pretty tight, but they had different size of hoops if you wanted them to be a little bigger or whatever. So now I thought I'd show you. It's interesting, I don't remember, in my ear stretching video, one ear was easier to stretch than the other. And I don't remember which one it was because that was years ago. But one of my ears looks better than the other. So this is this ear. It's healed pretty well, like it just looks like a regular hole. It's probably bigger than a normal one. But this one is the one that kind of looks like a butthole. Let me get you close. Get you real up close to my acne. Sorry about that. So I've been playing around with it, but this is pretty much what it looks like all the time. And as you can tell, it kind of looks like a butthole. There's some extra skin that, like the lines, if I kind of twist the rings back, it kind of like sucks the lines into my ear. But I mean, just regularly, this is what my ear looks like. So the piercing doesn't look that good because there's like little wrinkles in it, which makes it look like the butthole. But this one's doing pretty good. Like this one doesn't have it as bad. So that's kind of a well-known thing, is like you get the cat butt or butthole or whatever people call it. This is a common thing because as your ears shrink back, it's like it has wrinkles. Like when you stretch something out and then it goes back to normal. Like it's like if you have a rubber band, when you get it brand new, it's fine. But if you stretch it out and bring it back together, it might have a little ripples in it and stuff. That's what my earlobe experienced. So, but I don't care if it has a couple wrinkles in it. And maybe when I'm old lady, it'll look gross, but I don't care. They're back to normal and that's all that matters. So I guess that's it. Pretty easy video. Just wanted to let you know why and how I shrunk my ears back to normal. So hopefully this video answered some of your questions, but yep, now I'm a normie with my regular hairstyle and earrings. Kind of sad. So I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.